Gao Tu had always been good at hiding who he really was. To everyone else, he was a calm, reliable beta who seemed perfect and devoted to Shen Wenlang. People thought they understood him, but no one knew the truth. Gao Tu was an omega, a secret he had kept for years. Since childhood, he had used suppressants to hide his scent, making sure no one discovered what he truly was. It was risky, even dangerous, but he took the risk willingly. All of it was for Wenling. His heart belonged to Wenling, and nothing, no danger, no pain, no threat to his life could stop him from staying close to the man he had loved silently for over 10 years. After that one life-changing night, Gao Tu made a choice that would change everything. He ran away. He could not face Wenling, not now, not after everything that had happened. He could not tell him he was an omega, or that he was carrying Wenling's child. Alone in a small apartment, Gao Tu faced the most dangerous reality of his life: pregnancy. The doctor's voice haunted him, heavy with concern. "Gao Tu, your long-term use of suppressants and medications have weakened your body. Pregnancy under these conditions is extremely dangerous. You must consider terminating it." But Gao Tu refused. He could not give up the child growing inside him. This tiny life was hope, love, and proof of his devotion to Wenling. He could not imagine ending it, even if it meant risking his own life. Every sharp pain, every fearful moment, every trembling heartbeat reminded him of the stakes. He had chosen this path, and he would endure it, no matter what. Every day became a battle. His weakened body struggled under the strain of pregnancy. Simple things, walking, sitting, even standing, left him breathless. Sleep was fleeting, stolen in small fragments between pain and worry. His apartment, though quiet and private, felt like a prison where every sound was amplified. The creaking of the floor, the hum of the city, even the faint wind from the windows, all reminded him how fragile his life had become. And yet, even in the pain, Gao Tu did not give up. He curled on the floor in moments of weakness, hands pressed against his abdomen, whispering to the life inside him. "Stay strong. Hold on. I will protect you, no matter what," he murmured, his voice hoarse but full of determination. Every flutter, every tiny movement reminded him why he had to keep going. His child was a miracle, a reason to survive, a reason to endure every hardship. The very suppressants that had protected him for years now weighed him down. They had let him live as a beta, keep his secret safe, and stay close to Wenling. But they had also weakened him. Every dose that had been a shield became a burden, sapping his strength, making the pain worse, testing his limits in ways he had never imagined. Still, every challenge strengthened his resolve. Gao Tu could not allow fear to control the life of his child. He could not fail this tiny being who depended entirely on him for survival. The isolation pressed down like a heavy weight. With Wenling gone, Gao Tu was completely alone. No one could help him. No one knew the truth, and he could not risk anyone finding out. The silence of the apartment became both suffocating and protective. Every movement, every sound, became deliberate. He learned to conserve energy, manage pain, and endure suffering quietly. He only spoke to the child growing within him. "You are my reason to keep fighting," he whispered, tears streaming down his face. "No matter what happens, I will keep you safe." Pregnancy brought emotional torment as well as physical pain. Gao Tu thought of Wenling constantly, the man who had unwittingly fathered his child. He longed for him, even as he avoided contact, knowing that revealing the truth could put both Wenling and the baby at risk. Every memory of Wenling, the way he smiled, the way he looked at him, the subtle acts of kindness that no one else noticed, became a bittersweet torment. Gao Tu loved him fiercely, but the distance and secrecy forced him into solitude. The emotional weight of longing pressed heavily on him, almost as much as the physical strain of pregnancy. The doctor's words repeated in his mind. Termination is safest. But Gao Tu could not even consider it. Ending the pregnancy would be abandoning hope, betraying love, denying life. He had survived so much already, endured countless struggles in silence, and now he could not give up. Not when the life of his child depended on him. Every flutter, Every heartbeat, every small sign of life reassured him that he was doing the right thing. Days turned into weeks, and each day brought new challenges. His body protested. His movements required careful calculation. Dizziness, nausea, fatigue, and sudden sharp pain struck without warning, but Gao Tu endured. Every contraction, every ache reminded him why he could not falter. He persevered not just for himself, but for the child, for life, and for the love he had carried silently for years. Even simple tasks, eating, walking, sitting, breathing became monumental challenges. Every action had to be deliberate and careful. He balanced nourishment and rest, conserving energy while avoiding mistakes that could risk the pregnancy. Every small action was calculated. The weight of responsibility pressed down on him constantly, but he bore it with determination. His child's life depended on him, and he would not fail. Even his longing for Wenling became a source of pain. Gao Tu imagined him, wished for comfort, craved connection, but reality reminded him that distance was necessary. Every story, every whisper to his child, every imagined moment with Wenling was a hope for a future where they could live freely, without fear, and perhaps one day love openly. Pain came in waves, striking at any time. Gao Tu trembled, gasped for breath, felt himself nearly collapse, but he did not give in. Each wave of suffering became a test of resolve, a challenge to endure, a measure of his love. His child became strength, a reason to fight, a motivation to survive. Each flutter reminded him that perseverance was necessary, that love could overcome even the harshest trials. The pregnancy pushed Gao Tu to limits he had never imagined, testing both his body and spirit. Through every struggle, tear and moment of exhaustion, he held fast. His love for his child, the life he carried, and the devotion to Wenling became inseparable from his will to survive. Each heartbeat was a testament to his courage, every movement a sign of his endurance, every tiny miracle proof of his determination. Day after day, Gao Tu endured. He battled fatigue, pain, fear, and isolation, and in surviving, he discovered a strength and love that could not be broken. Alone, hidden, and in pain, he persevered for life, love, and hope. He had chosen this path and he would walk it to the end, no matter the cost. Every sleepless night, every ache, every breath of struggle was proof of his unwavering courage and devotion. The pregnancy almost killed him, yes, but it also revealed the depth of his heart, the strength of his will, and the power of love that could not be destroyed. Even in hiding, alone and in pain, Gao Tu endured for the child, for love, for life itself, proving that some bonds are stronger than fear, stronger than death, and stronger than the world itself. Even after days of struggling, Gao Tu never stopped fighting. Every moment was a battle against his own body. Pain struck suddenly, leaving him gasping for breath, but he forced himself to move, to survive, to protect the life growing inside him. Each flutter, each tiny heartbeat, reminded him of why he could not give up. He curled on the floor, pressed his hands to his stomach, whispering words of encouragement to the child. "Stay strong. I will protect you. I won't let anything happen to you," he murmured, voice trembling but determined. The long-term use of suppressants and the strain on his body made even simple actions a challenge. Walking across the apartment felt like climbing a mountain. Sitting, standing, or even lying down required calculation and care. Sleep came in broken fragments, interrupted by pain or waves of exhaustion. Despite it all, he never gave up. Every meal, every sip of water, every small act was deliberate, a step toward survival. His life and the life of his child depended on his strength, and he refused to fail. Emotionally, Gao Tu felt isolated. He missed Wenling, longed for his presence, and dreamed of comfort and reassurance, but he could not risk revealing the truth. His longing became a private ache he carried silently. He spoke to his child constantly, telling stories, whispering dreams, imagining a future where they both survived and could live without fear. Pain struck without warning, yet he endured. Every wave of suffering became a test of love and determination. Each flutter, each movement of his child, reminded him that perseverance was necessary, that love could overcome even the hardest challenges. Gao Tu had chosen this path, and he would continue, no matter the cost. Alone in pain and struggling, he fought for life, love, and hope. The pregnancy almost killed him, but in surviving, he proved the depth of his courage, the strength of his heart, and the immeasurable power of devotion.